G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So I'm not going to bore you with lawn chat too much, but I will give you a couple of updates and show you the finished product of scalping. So step one, I had to go get a bolt. Could only buy a pack of 5. $14 later down at the local auto parts store. I paid for convenience, I guess. The catcher, I put it back together with its clips. None of the clips are broken, but I'm going to cable tie it because that's what anybody would do. Obviously cable ties are the best option, so I'm going to do that and I'm going to get stuck into it, but I'm not going to film much, guys. And then I'm going to show you the 7 foot today, I promise. You know how it is, everyone. Cable ties can't fix it, it's not worth fixing. So I just double tied it. I put 2 cable ties on just over where, so I can't remember which side was popping off first, but basically what was happening is, I said I wasn't going to elaborate on this, but in the sun, one of these little clips was popping out, and then like the whole side would pop out, and I kept putting it back in, and then it got to the point where it was popping out the whole way around. Hopefully the back will be alright. I shouldn't need a cable tie that. Oh, I could have just put cable ties around the handle, but it should be fine as is, guys. We'll just get stuck into this. I'm not going to film. Alright guys, so I went over with the catcher to get the sand off. There's still shitloads of green, so I'm going to do one more pass with the big bob and then one more pass, final catch. 2 to go. Oh, and I've done the edges. I did the whippersnipper before that pass. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, so I finished. This corner here, I was on level 1, I got cold feet and I bumped it up to level 2. I was going diagonal for the last pass, and then the rest is level 2, just because I was shitting myself. Like, you guys can see how low that is. I've just tested all the retics working properly. I probably should have gone to that, but that's what my final decision was. If this bit here grows back better than that this year, this corner can be my test for the future. I know it's kind of dumb, yeah, but I don't know. Now that I've cleaned up, I kind of regret not doing the whole lot number 1, but it's my first time. Give me a bit of a break. Like, it is what it is. There's still like the bases of the weeds, the dead weeds. I can't really be bothered picking them out. They can stay there. But I'm glad that's done. I hit a couple of tree roots, guys. This used to be a garden bed here with trees and stuff. But I might dig that up during the week. It literally looks like that's where I cut it, maybe. I don't know. This used to be a lot higher, like 200 mil. Like the garden bed fell to the footpath. I took heaps of dirt out of here. I actually took too much out. From down at the road, you can see from like here to there sinks, and I want that to be flat. Like that line there, I want to get level. So it's like flat, crease, flat. But we'll get there eventually. A few top dressers, it's easier to go up than down. Alright, let's go have a look at the 7 foot. So that's about all the lawn talk you're going to get for the next 2 to 4 weeks. I'll give you a quick update on how it's growing back, but yeah, it's going to be quiet now that it's all dirt. There'll be nothing left to do. So let's have a look at the 7 foot. Some of the OGs have seen it, but I feel like it deserves a mention. It's probably the coolest tank in here, and it's a structural bit of structural engineering. Alright, so just before we talk about the tank, I do have some very sad news. It looks like the final Fosco female has been killed by the male. So now I have 3 Fosco males. I don't know what I'm going to do with. Alright, so let's talk about the tank. So this tank here is 7 by 4 foot. it's 100 mil under 4 foot. If you look up there, that tank there is 4 foot. So that tank there is 7 foot that way. And if you look here, there's no attachment between those two racks. Now, when building it, it looked awesome before this rack was here, but now I've added this rack, it doesn't look as cool. But there's nothing there. That is not attached the whole way down. There is no attachment. So the tank is bolted into the wall. That rail there runs through into the stud and is bolted to the stud. And then this bit here is just coach bolted to the rafters in the wall. They're not rafters, they're studs. So the studs are 90 by 45 pine, and obviously you got this leg here. I actually want to make that leg stronger. It's doubled up there, so there's actually 90 by 90 underneath that tank. I've always planned on putting another 90 mil here because that's 7 by 2, that's 4 by 2, that's 4 by 2.5. There's so much weight in this corner. I don't know how many litres that'd be. It'd be roughly 1,000 litres, just a quick guess without taking measurements. Alright, so this cable here is actually from somebody I know that worked for Western Power. So this cable here is rated to 2,000 kilos. That metal bracket there is like a rafter bolt for a patio. If you don't know what that is, yeah, you don't know what it is. It's just basically a bit of metal. So there's, so I've cut the rod off the end there. That goes into the ceiling. The ceiling has 120 by 35 joists running across, and then across this way there's a 90 by 90 beam which runs across like 6 joists, and then that wire is bolted to the 90 by 90, so the weight is actually dispersed. And if I remember correctly, I put packers under it, so like the 2 end ones have 3 mil packers, then it's got like 1 mil packers and then no packers on the center ones. So like as the wood bows down, it disperses the weight better over all the rafters. Now, some of you might say, yeah, but like it might sag over time. This tank has been up for close to a year now. And look, the way you tell if it's sagged or not is this styrofoam here. So you can see that styrofoam there is thinner than that there. So if anything, there's more weight. This is pulling up. So if this ever sagged, this styrofoam would become loose. So that's a constant thing for me. I'm constantly thinking about this styrofoam, checking if it's loose. And same for any tank. Like if you see a tank and the styrofoam has become loose, you've got a problem, because the styrofoam, if the styrofoam's loose, the tank's getting no support in that position. I'm so disappointed about the Foscos, guys. Very sad news. I've tried twice with Foscos, and both times I've just ended up with all males. Technically, they don't owe me any money because I've sold that many males as displays that I actually got my money back for buying the juvies. But it's like 12 months of growing out, and it's just so disheartening. It's part of fish keeping, I understand that, but yeah, I'm disappointed. My Malawi trout are the same. I had 15 of those, and by the time I took the males out, and I actually had a few jump when I first set it up, that there was a gap in the lid at the back of this, and they were jumping out and landing on the lid of this tank. And like one day I got up on the ladder and I found 3 sitting on top of the lid of this tank. That was a big disappointment. It sucks. And then fish like this, Red Empress, I'm not too fussed about breeding them. Like, yeah, I want to breed them, but I don't mind if I lose. I'd rather lose a red empress over the Foscos. Like, how easy is it to get more red empress? How do I get more Foscos? The only way, I don't know anyone in WA breeding them off the top of my head, and like they're a fortune to get shipped over. They cost me close to like $30 each, and if you're buying 30 fish, that's a lot of money. I might hit my friend up that I got these off and see if he'll do me a deal, but I don't like just hassling him all the time. This kind of turned into a bit of a downer, didn't it, guys? I'm sorry. But yeah, it's about the tank. So that's the filter. That's about 30 litres maybe. Yeah, I'd say 30 litres of media, 3 airlifts. It does well. This tank's got the same. This one's just on sponges, but I do plan on changing this. As these guys grow, I do definitely want to get some more filtration going for them. But yeah, so that's that rack. So it's 7 foot from there to there, and then 7 foot from that corner to that corner. It's a very odd rack. You won't find any others like it, I don't think. And it wasn't even that originally. So my original plan for this corner was follow that. That was going to be 2.5 foot by 7 foot, and I got this tank for free, and I put it in there. I hadn't made a decision what I was going to do with it, and it was sitting in my garage full of water on the ground for like a year, and then I was like, I realized that this gap here was the exact width. Like, look, there's like 20 mil there. This tank was literally made to fit in that space. There's a dead space under there. I don't really know what to do with it. It's not high enough to put a tank really, and there's all the plumbing behind it. So at the moment, it's a good spot for fry. If you look in here, I'll give you a quick update. Going to be hard to see, but they're all Charles fry. There's about 100 in there. They all bunch up and you can't actually tell. And then like, I put my hand in there and swirl it around, and you realise, oh shit, there's more than 20 in there. They're actually together again because they decided to break the divider down, so I just left them together. But I won't leave them together for the week. I'll separate them maybe tomorrow. These two are getting along, surprisingly. She bashed him like 2 days ago, but then he's got no further damage. Obviously, because Charles is bred now, I don't want to say I don't care about Aaron, but I can sort of justify letting them fight for a bit, because some, like this is a perfect example. They'll fight and then they're all good. But if I could breed them, that'd be cool. So I need F1 Camphor to breed with him. I need a girl. Or even to breed with their babies, you know what I mean? Need to get Camphor going properly in Australia. Thanks for all the support and that on the fish walking video. Like, it's pretty humbling how many people commented, etc. And oh, I need to fix the door, guys. It's fucked. It's very humbling how many people got back to me and told me how funny it was and that. I want to try and keep it up, like do at least one funny video a week. Not too serious. This channel was never meant to be a serious channel. It was always meant to be a bit of fun. And it is. It makes me happy when I'm sad. Makes you guys laugh. That's what it's all about. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you're not subscribed, can you please hit the button? Peace out.